So medical, oh my gosh, let me tell you what happened. So for medical, I went to the dentist. Very wonderful, very nice. He was so knowledgeable, and he was teaching me a lot. Like he was teaching me a lot about my tooth, about what was going on. And I found out, and of course, like I knew this because I had like this huge hole, but I found out that I had a root canal that I needed to get done. And mind you, like this root canal had woken me up the day before because I was in so much pain. But let me tell you, he was like, oh yeah, we'll take you to a root canal specialist. Okay, this may be the blonde talking, but like I had no idea that there was such a thing as a root canal specialist. And leave a comment below if you had like heard of this before, because I guess because I never had a root canal done, I was so shocked and I was very confused. I was like, well, wait, why can't you do it? You're like the dentist. And he was like, oh no, there's like a specialist who only does like root canals. Oh, okay. I honestly had no idea. So I go the next day because they had an appointment for a root canal. Mind you, I've never had it. I've heard horror stories, like absolute horror stories. And the dentist, or he said he was an endo something. I can't remember what it was. Let me know in the comments like what a root canal specialist, what the proper name for that is. And let me know if you've had any experiences with root canals or like dentistry that you had no idea about. But this dentist, I went in and he was just like cracking jokes left and right, made me feel super comfortable. Like he was the sweetest guy ever. He's had like 30 years experience, and he just comes in and he's like, oh yeah, it won't be painful for me. Like as in for him, like he was cracking a joke. Oh, he was just so funny. And I absolutely loved it. Like I thought he was great. It's 7:27. This put a very large dent, pun intended, into my medical bill. So we are going to be in the negative with medical, and I don't think I have enough in the buffer to do that either. So I'll just share with you how I go about doing that. I'm not going to use my emergency fund because I actually did have enough money in my paycheck, but we're not doing my paycheck right now, so I will just expense that in my future paychecks. I'll just put out a little bit more for medical expenses, but again, I'll go over that. Anyway, so the whole procedure lasted about an hour, and he had to do, get this, he had to do 3 rounds of anesthesia on me. Anesthesia? What? 3 rounds. And he said, I've rarely ever have to actually put anesthesia into the nerve, but that's like what he had to do for me because I just kept feeling it. And it was crazy. Like afterwards, I was just so hyped on this anesthesia, plus on the ibuprofen that they gave me, which was very powerful, that I was just so like, the Uber driver after I was going home was just like, are you okay? Like, what happened? like he literally thought I went like for brunch with the girls or something. Like I was just totally loopy. It was so funny. And I have to say, this is why we do our jobs. This is why we do work. It was a very nice place. It was a very good place. It cost a fortune, and I feel so blessed that I was able to go to an actual expert. And I wasn't even aware of this. He took really good care of me, and it was just a really great experience. And so did the dentist. So I will definitely be going back if I have to, and I will definitely be going back to that dentist. And it was worth every penny. But I have to say, like, this is why we work. So we can be healthier, so we can be happier, so we can hang out with friends, so we can be in relationships, so we can thrive in our businesses and in our lives. Like, I am more than happy to spend a huge amount of money as long as I'm getting really good care. Like, honestly, I was just so grateful that I was able to get to see this expert and this dentist. And I just feel so blessed. Like, God is so good. God is so good, because 2 days ago, before I had the dentist visit, I had no idea that there was a root canal specialist. I had no idea that they could save my tooth. And yes, it was a lot of money, but it was worth every single penny. So the amount was $550 that I paid out of pocket. And yes, it was a total of $2,500, but I had a $2,000 deductible. I guess it was $2,550. Anyway, so we put 20 out of that. So it's actually, we're negative $530. And I'm going to put $100 into this. So we're going to be negative $430 for $727. And again, it was worth every penny. Highly recommend it. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So we will just be saving for medical because I did already pay it. I paid it with my paycheck that came in. We haven't done the budget with me paycheck yet for this week. So that is why there's a little bit of a discrepancy. And as I said, I did pay for it, but I didn't want to use up all of my medical fixed cost or what's in this envelope for the root canal. So basically, when I do the budget with me for my income and not for my Google AdSense, we're just going to put in like $50 to $100 each week until we get this back into the positive and what I normally allocate it into. Because I don't think I will have enough money for fixed costs that are like more important to me, like maintenance and transportation and food, if I do this like right away. And if I just put this back into my savings, I won't have enough money. So everything will balance out in the end. I'm just going to put $50 to $100. And that's normally what I do for when I hit something that's negative, that's an emergency. I don't like to dip into my emergency fund because mentally I personally do not like doing that. And this is what has worked for me. It's like if something breaks in my house, like for housing, if I have whatever money I have, I'll spend on it. And then I'll use like my paycheck to pay it off, but I won't use all of that money to put back into the housing. I'll just go $50 to $100. So essentially I'm kind of like loaning myself money until I get back into a positive, but it's more just on the books or like on paper. So that's medical, and we still have $430 left to go for that, but we will just put $50 to $100 in till we get back into the positive. But I already paid for it. So yay! And such a blessing. Thank you so much.